It is Saturday and I am on the hunt again. I am actually headed down to the Silicon Valley Comic-Con today. It started yesterday and I think runs through Monday, but I'm headed down right now and I am on the lookout for some cool comics to actually add to my collection. What we're going to be doing, who the heck knows? We're going to explore the con, we're going to capture some footage, and hopefully we'll also pick up a couple of cool books that I'll be able to show you at the end of the video. So I am back in the comic book room and ready to show you guys some of the books that I picked up earlier today at the Silicon Valley Comic-Con. And I should probably just tell you, it's only two books. Only two books, but they are some awesome books. But before I get to that, I want to give you guys a little bit of a recap of the overall day. It was an enjoyable day. I honestly had a ton of fun. And I think most of the fun came not from the books, but from the opportunity to interact with subscribers of the channel. There was a healthy number of people that actually recognized me at the con, and so it was cool spending time with each one of them, learning about their experience over like a course of that day or 2 days in some cases there at the con. And it was just really cool having an opportunity to interact with people. Took a couple of photos, so you guys will see that in a couple of moments, but it was a fun experience. The con itself, I think, was pretty well organized, pretty well run. It's a massive con, and there is literally something happening everywhere at this convention center. And so I spent a lot of time walking around, shooting footage, just trying to see what was going on. And like I said, there was a ton of activities. I also ran into a couple of dealers that I know. So it was cool spending a little bit of time catching up with them. My man Juan, shout out to you, brother. But it was just a really good day. And by the time it was all said and done, I was honestly fatigued, partly from the cold, partly from talking a lot. My voice is a little raw, but then also from just walking around this massive convention center. But all in all, fantastic day. And so if you were there, we took a photo or whatever it was, make sure you send me those photos because I do want those for future videos because they probably won't make it in time for this video, but you never know. So with that, let me show you guys the two books that I picked up today. The first one is Amazing Spider-Man number 48. Really cool vulture cover. This particular book has eluded me for some reason or another. Honestly, not quite sure. But today I actually had my pick of 3 different copies of this book from 2 different vendors, of which they were friends. And I originally was going to go with like a 5.0. Book was in solid shape. Price was right. But his buddy had a nicer copy that was probably more like an 8, especially with the press. And so I opted to go with that. But definitely a really cool book that I am pleased to have in the collection. Another one that I get to tick off of the list. And then the very last book that I'm going to show you is a really awesome book. I love this book. I think it's a cool cover. The price for this wasn't bad. There's a price on here that you may be able to see on the video. I'm not quite sure. That is not what I paid for the book. But this book, I think, is going to be really solid once it's pressed out, because it definitely has a couple of creases and folds in it that can be corrected with a press. It is Amazing Spider-Man number 9. Really cool book. I dig this book. And I've been staring at this book for so long that I'm just happy to have it in the collection. I haven't even read this book because I was waiting to get it to read it, and now I'm gonna go read it now because I've waited a long time for this book. But the most original superhero of all time, Electro, and men is so powerful that Spider-Man's strength is useless against him. Yeah, this is going to be a good read. So I'm looking forward to that. So those are basically the two books that I picked up today. I literally was going to this con to get number 9. That was the goal. I was able to get it, and the 48 came along for the ride, and I came this close to buying a 13 from a buddy of mine who has actually been here on the show, but his price was much higher than FMV, and so I'm going to continue to work on him, and if we are able to reach an agreement that is much, much closer, if not exactly at FMV, you may actually see that book in a future video. With that, I'm going to wrap this up. Stay tuned because I'm actually going to show you some awesome footage that I captured earlier today. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Certainly, if you need to reach me, feel free to do so at Regie Collects on Instagram and RegieCollects@gmail.com. Take care.